We're back again with head coach Anna Nimz as we talk about, for the first time, seeming like ever, some home games, and we'll get into that in a minute. But I wanted to kind of get your thoughts on the past month. It's been challenge a lot of ways, been tough a lot of ways, even beyond just the 7 road trips, the 6 road games, and all that sort of stuff. But what has that challenge been like for maybe just for you, for the staff, and as the team, or the team as a whole?
For me personally, I think the biggest thing would be that I haven't figured it out quite yet. I haven't figured out what makes our group go. And what helps us be a little more consistent. We've really added some things. We've taken away some things. We've tried to have a little fun. We've tried to be pretty serious. We've tried, just a slew of things. And so I think for myself personally, I put a lot on myself in the sense that I believe in the girls. I believe that we have the ability to win some games, but we have to work hard. And I haven't found a way to pull out the true extent of what that means. We've talked a lot about it in practice. I said, you guys, I don't think you're not working hard in the sense that you're not huffing and puffing, because we are. I can tell that you're tired and pushing, but we're throwing the ball away. We're missing our layups. We're not making the extra pass. So when I say effort, I don't discredit their huffing and puffing. I don't discredit that they're not trying to go, but we need to have productivity within our efforts. So when we talk about effort, it's much more than just what maybe most people would think about, getting on 50-50 balls, just different things of that nature. So I think that's been the hardest thing. And then right neck and neck with that is, if I'm feeling it, I know they're feeling it. So as much as I want to, as some people say, grind, get better, and do all these things, there's a mental side to it. And so losing's exhausting. And so we have to find a way to continue to get them to believe in themselves, continue to let them buy into what we're doing here. It's not a quick fix, but there are things that we're doing well that we just have to really try to capitalize on. And I said that in the 6-man club. I said it the other day at practice. We have small victories in a lot of different games, but what's February? And it is time for us to put those good things all together for a game. We've talked about it before, but that aha moment, so again, circling back to the original question, what's the hardest? Is I haven't figured out how to make my team go to the very best of their ability, and that's a tough pill to swallow. It's something I've always prided myself on. And then second to that is consistently trying to find a balance between wanting to go hard at practice, but understanding the mental side of it and making sure they're doing okay, believing in themselves, finding something positive. Because like I said, losing's exhausting, so you really have to be more creative in your approach to games, to practices, to days off, to even shoot-arounds.
You mentioned some of the small victories, some of the things that we've sort of taken away from each game, those little things that we're still trying to build on and through the process. Even after the Central Arkansas game, you mentioned that. So what are those things that you took from that game that have you brought into this week to prepare for this second round of conference play?
I think even the UCA game and the UNO game, we started out better than we had all season. And it wasn't just a one-quarter thing. It was the first and second quarter. And so in those 2 games, we were able to go into the halftime with coaching points, which a handful of games this year, we've been so far down that the coaching points were a moot point. And it was, we have to work harder. And that was, it's tough. It's tough when you look back at a game and it just comes down to teams working harder. They're getting the 50-50 balls. They're getting all the offensive rebounds. What we give up in rebounding, and paired with our turnovers, it's hard to win a game. But what's crazy is the last 2 games, because they genuinely worked harder, they worked together, they made the extra pass, we still threw the ball away. We still weren't winning the rebounding war, but we were in the game. And so, free throws, rebounding, taking that second to make a better pass, taking pride in what we're doing, it's all correctable. And so, you know, as a coach, you look and you're like, man, this is going to be tough. We just don't have it. But it's not that. We have it, and we have enough of it. We just aren't piecing those things together. So the victories are that we played better the first half in both of those games. And I thought they worked very hard in the UNO game. And it was sloppy, but they were working hard. The UCA game, I mean, we had those kids on the fence there for the whole first half. But we got to be able to put the ball in the basket. We have to be able to limit our turnovers, and we have to be able to get physical blockouts. And so that's here. And so, like I said, that's where my struggle's been. Is it starts with me, and so it's still me trying to figure out how to poke that button to get all those things to mean a lot. And we're not there yet.
Moving into this week, like we said at the beginning, we had originally scheduled 7 out of 8 road games in January. We get to finish the year 7 out of 8 at home. Looking at this Houston Baptist game, and maybe just the whole stretch as a whole, does playing a team a second time, you know, a lot of times it's tough to play an opponent again, because you know each other a little bit better. But for this team specifically, and the way that they've prepared or not prepared or whatever the case may be, do you think it's a benefit to have had that experience already playing a team like Houston Baptist or whoever else we're playing the rest of the year?
I think it's a benefit for us. I don't think anybody we played in the first semester has really seen us. Yeah. They've seen us in spurts. That's not a lot to go off of when trying to compile a scout. Whereas we've seen a lot of teams, we've seen where their strengths are, we've seen where their weaknesses are. And I think a lot of schools have just kind of capitalized on our weaknesses, so they haven't seen the best version of NSU women's basketball, and so we want to capitalize on that. We played HBU. We play them this upcoming Saturday. The difference is when we took on HBU, it was 25-9. They had 4 points of that were actually good offensive rotations where our defense was working hard, but they capitalized, they hit a bucket, right? Maybe 6 more will give in transition, just good plays. It wasn't for lack of effort. It was just a very good offensive play. Okay, so that's 10 points. We scored 9. The rest of them were just breakdowns, standing and watching, allowing second chance opportunities. That game was gone before the first 3 minutes of the game had played out. And so you can't tell me we showed up to play. And we tell that to the girls. You know, I know every single kid, and I was one myself at one point. Dang, a coach tells me to go hard. I thought I was going hard. But film doesn't lie. Stats don't lie. If we're not pulling down rebounds, we're not working hard enough. If we're throwing the ball in the stands, we're not playing smart enough. We're not playing with poise. And that I put all that into effort. So 25-9, I would give them 10 points that they earned and the rest that we gave. And so we've grown since that game. We're playing a little bit better basketball in the first quarter, first half. So I think as long as we continue to believe in ourselves, grow from the games that we've had, go back and watch the first quarter of majority of our early season games, we have room to get better. And whereas I think a lot of teams we played, we saw their best because they were good. But they haven't seen our best. And so I hold out hope and try to encourage the girls to hold out that same hope that they haven't seen our best and now we've seen them. So we still have something to give. We still got something to earn.
Finally, Coach, just a couple of non-basketball things, and we'll talk about your Chiefs in a second.
Oh.
But yesterday was National Girls and Women's in Sports Day. Fantastic video that the marketing staff put out featuring you, Coach Elshai, Coach, a lot of the different women in Northwestern State Athletics. And we talked earlier this year about the opportunity for you to meet Coach Mulkey over at Baylor, and just, what that meant to you, and being a woman in sports and having the success, having a D1 job and all this sort of stuff. Just, I said it on my own personal Facebook, just the amazing role model that you and so many other women are for their student athletes. If you want to add anything to what you said in that video, I certainly would like for the fans to hear it.
Yeah, absolutely. I genuinely believe, I love basketball. I love the X's and O's. I love teaching the game. I love going hard. being passionate about what we do. But I genuinely believe that God put me here for a bigger purpose. I think I do that through basketball. But it is, for me, I was blessed to have an incredible support system with my mom leading the way, with my dad, with my brothers. They always poured a lot into me and built me up. Empowered me. And I want to do that for young ladies. I want to bring them into my program, hold them accountable. I have a very tough love approach. I kind of coach the way I was raised. Here are the standards, here are the expectations. I'm going to help get you there, but you got to work to get there. And I think so many kids, and we've even talked about, I think so many kids are so scared of failure that they don't try as hard. Because if I try hard and I fail, now I feel like a loser. So we don't put forth our best effort, and I want to change that. I want to help empower young women, our student athletes, girls on campus, really anybody we come in contact with, that put forth your best effort, because the sky's the limit. And I thought Dr. Haley said it best yesterday. No doesn't mean no, not forever. It means no, not right now. And we have to continue to strive to be better versions of ourselves. Work harder. And if we fail, that's still us being a winner, because we're busting our butt to be the best. What makes us losers is when we don't try hard for fear of failure. Don't be scared of failure. That is a part of life. That is where you see your biggest growths. And I want to help empower young ladies to see that. I want to build them up. I want to hold them accountable. I want them to see that when we hit this expectation and standard, we're not going to settle for that. We're going to jump to the next level. And it's not no because Coach Nimz can't be satisfied, or no one can ever make her happy. It's why not? Let's level up. Have that growth mindset. They talk a lot about that now, growth mindset. But I think that's why I'm here. Yes, it's to coach basketball. Yes, it's to work hard to win games. Yes, it's all those things that have to do with stuff on the court. But man, it has a lot more to do with academics. What are we doing these 4 years to help you for the next 40? And that level of learning how to, yes, have a coach set the bar for you, help you reach that. But then when you leave, do you know how to set that standard for yourself? Do you know how to then, once you achieve that, raise the standard and have this fight in you that no one's going to tell you no? Tangent, I just got off on that soapbox there, but I genuinely believe that's why I'm here. And why I've been in any coaching position. I was fortunate. People paved the way before me, encouraged me, built me up, and let me see that, yeah, I can do it. And no one's going to stop me from doing even more. And just helping kids to realize that about themselves.
We'll clip that out for a recruiting video for you as well.
Not bad.
Yeah, that was good.
Okay.
And finally, on a lighter note, Chiefs, your Chiefs in the second straight Super Bowl.
Run it back.
Tom Brady, he's a proven winner. We've seen it. What are your thoughts on the game?
I'm excited. We're going to do the PG version. I'm excited. I hope it's a good, fair game. I hope nobody gets hurt. I hope everybody plays the best of their ability. The Chiefs haven't been good for so long, and so you stand by them the entire time. But when I turned 30, the Royals won a World Series. They hadn't won one since I had been born, and so. Now the Chiefs are doing something where growing up we saw success, and then it kind of we were always in the mix. And so since Patrick Mahomes has been there, and Alex Smith was great, helped him learn, and what an incredible man with his comeback story. But it's kind of revitalized everything. So church and Chiefs are like my favorite things on Sunday. Super excited. I have a new shirt for every single day this week. Maybe a hoodie, maybe not a polo. Maybe a t-shirt, pullover, but I think that it's going to be a great game. You can never discredit Tom Brady. I'm not sure if another quarterback has left a team and taken that next team to the immediate Super Bowl. So I cannot talk any mess about the Buccaneers or Tom Brady. All I know is that I'm hoping that Patrick Mahomes, Kelsey, Hill, we have quite the dominant. Jones on the line. We're going to win. Right. I hope we're going to win. I don't like talking mess, but...
Well, obviously hoping for a good game on Sunday,
yes.
And hoping for a great game on Saturday for us as well. Thanks so much, Coach. We'll talk to you again soon.
Awesome. Fork 'em Demons.